Hello Sagittarius, this is your June forecast for 2017 and congratulations, your ruler is now moving forward from June 10th. That will just reawaken everything that now has been laying a little bit low for you, and you've got that Jupiter in your 11th house for hopes and dreams, right? So something has been working behind the veil. Well, it has been sleeping, it hasn't been out of order, it's just been working on issues of the past, but now you can come to see that generosity is coming into your life, and it's bringing this hope and dream in your 11th house, something of generous proportions, right? Because Jupiter never does anything in small ways, it's always grandiose, right? So in this area of your 11th house for hopes and dreams and goals and so forth, it will allow you now to be a little bit more, should I say, happy-go-lucky in the social sector. It's freeing you up. So whatever that is, that will be great. You will start seeing it after the 10th. But do realize it takes time for a big body that's been moving backwards in its retrograde motion to its stationary motion and moving forward to pick up speed to its normal speed in orbit. But at least it's not retrograde, so we're starting to see that things are awakening. Now, we have a month too where we've got planets changing signs, right? So Venus, let's talk about Venus, which has been touring Aries in May. Now in June, it's changing signs into that of Taurus. Now, when Venus is in Aries, we really feel like conquistadors. We're moving forward, we're taking charge, we're initiating that Venusian energy, which is love, it's money, and so forth. So you've really been targeting that, but here this month, actually it will be from the 6th of June, it's changing signs into Taurus. This allows us to actually ground what it is you've been chasing. This is when it's coming together. It's feeling secure. Think about Taurus. They're very I won't just say money-oriented, because it's also love and beauty and so forth, but it's grounding it, creating, finding the security of what it now has been chasing, right? To hold it. Might have been a little bit more of a Marsy energy there in May while it was cruising through Aries, and Aries is ruled by Mars, right? So Venus was picking up that energy, trying to get these two things to really gel and pick up and merge and beautiful. But now, see, Venus is going to go into your 6th house of your day-to-day routine, and it's going to be lifting your routine to more of a harmonious way, which Venus is all about. Mars is going to be changing signs as well. It's at the very end of your 7th house as we start off the month, 27 degrees. So May was all about, too, looking at your relationship, having to fight for what you believe in. Mars is the fighter, the conquistador in relationships there. And so it has been very much so communication, because your 7th house in your solar scope is in the sign of Gemini. So Gemini is all about balancing communication, figuring out the knowledge, the wisdom of things. Mars, that's you. You've had to navigate some certain waters, but I'm seeing here as we start off pretty early, because it's going to change signs from this area already on the 4th of June, and then you'll see how Mars is going to go deeper. Now we're talking passion. The 8th house, which is ruled by Scorpio, is all about intimacy, about passion, going to the core. It's that healing power that you're going to see that Mars is going to pick up for you. Venus is now direct, has picked up speed, so love and romance is more on the up and up. So for a lot of you Sagittarians, you're going to see how things have been changing for you. I'm liking to see that because Mercury will find himself up against Neptune on the 14th, and Mercury is communication, right? And when it's in a challenged aspect to Neptune, what we typically can find is that Neptune can muddy the waters, so we may not be hearing exactly what is being said, or vice versa, so we just want to make sure that no misunderstandings take place. On the 18th, Mercury, again, the messenger or our communication, is challenged by Saturn in an opposition at this point. And Saturn really wants us to make sure that whatever it is we do is sound. And so sometimes Saturn can feel strict, right? So if you're hoping to get a green light on something, you might find yourself with a red light. And if there is any stop signs in your life here on this day, it's just so Saturn can make sure that whatever decisions we're making are sound, okay? So don't get frustrated. On the 20th, though, we were speaking about how beautiful of a romantic night the 9th could be. Now, this is more romance on steroids when we look at the 20th, and that is Venus and Neptune. Now, Neptune is the higher octave of Venus, so it's kind of like ultra-sensitive, ultra-creative, ultra-emotional. For those of you who are artists, you might find a divine flow of energy running through your veins, where you're simply channeling the energy here. So make sure you capture those beautiful tunes and colors that you make. If you're an artist, if you're a dancer, you will be flying off the ground. So yes, and for those of you single, you might just find not just a partner that really is or feels like a good mix, but this match, it's more of a spiritual union. So soulmate, that kind of energy, then you know what I'm talking about. On the 21st, we got two things taking place. We have the sun changing signs now into Cancer, moving out of Gemini, moving out of the relationship area of your chart. So that's going to give you a little bit break on it, but now it's taking everything you've accumulated in this last month, taking it to one step deeper, and that's because the 8th house is Scorpio ruled, which is very deep, it's intense, it's passionate. Now it's more about how do we share what we have arrived at. Not only is the sun moving into your 8th house, but also Mercury, both of them on the same day. So you will feel like the switch coming on, where both of you may now feel that you're looking at the resources that you share. That could be emotional, physical, but also monetary values of how you share with your partner. Now, the 8th house also rules other people's money, like the bank, investment companies, and so forth, your health insurances, royalties, commissions. So you might find that this is a great time for the rest of this month, coming into June, to overlook your policies, all right? Maybe you can tweak them, or maybe you can add something new. So that is a great time of the year to look at those topics to see if you can improve, because we're not really talking about your 2nd house month-to-month income. This is more your savings, or how you can grow it, or how you could perhaps also consolidate a couple of loans to one, so you come down in interest rate. That's leaving you with more money at the end of the month. So see how that works out for you, Sagittarius. But you can expect, if you've been waiting for a paycheck, this would be the time for you to receive it. So good for you. We have on the 24th, wow, this is a day where there's a lot of power around you emotionally, but also financially. We have Venus and Pluto. Both of them rule money. Venus more like, I won't say pocket change, but money. But Pluto rules big money. We just talked about the 8th house being activated. This could be a day where you could see a big check coming your way. Or it could also be you landing a deal that will allow you to make more money in the long run. But also romantically, we can see that this is a powerhouse of energy. And I feel everything is getting back on track. You're in a beautiful place. And then on the 25th, excuse me, it's my allergies, we get Mars and Jupiter. Now, they're a little bit challenged. Mars wants to do this, Jupiter says do that. So, decision time. And whenever we're kind of like up against the wall, not really knowing which way the pendulum will swing, don't act. Okay, it's all right to think, it's all right to research, it's all right to download whatever vision you have, and then see where it's going to go from there. On the 28th, Mercury and Neptune will seal the deal. Here is some great communication. I feel it's really tying into your vision, Sagittarius. Those things that you've set out to do, what you've been dreaming about for a long time. Neptune, which currently is in your 4th house, has to do with home, family, real estate, property, the basis, the foundation of who you are on the inside. You've been dreaming this dream for a while, how you could settle that foundation. Neptune is here to help you fulfill that dream. And since Mercury, which is the messenger, on this day, you might either find something or sign a deal, contract, Mercury rules, all those things. So that would be what you want to look for towards the end of the month, and that's a great way to end June. It is really lining you up here for that of July, which we will, I've already been looking into it, and it's looking good for you, Sag. So listen, enjoy your month. Thank you for all your comments. I read them all, even though I may not always have time to go in and respond to each of you individually, but I totally appreciate it. So here, thumbs up for that. Have a great month. See you in July. Bye now.